All right, time to get started with our next unit on expanding expressions and factoring. So first, expanding expressions. All that is multiplying using the distributive property. So we know how to do this. We just take this 3 on the outside, we multiply it by the x, and we get 3x. And then we multiply the 3 by the 2 and get 6. So we just multiplied the x and the 2 by 3. Same thing with this one, except if you have something on the outside, you just treat that separately. So 4 times 2x is 8x. 4 times negative 5 is negative 20. And then we have plus 2x. And remember, when you have two terms with the same x, you can combine them. You have x in both, so 8x plus 2x is 10x. Put the x's first and the minus 20 last. Now let's have an x on the outside. So when we have x times x, that's going to be x squared. And then x times negative 3 is negative 3x. Okay, let's do that again, but now we're going to have coefficients in front of the x's. So 2x times 5x, how does this work? Well, the x times x is going to be x squared, we know that, and then we just multiply the numbers in front of the x's. So 2 times 5 is 10, so we get 10x squared. 2x times 8 is 16x, and the minus 4 is separate. And this is already in the correct format. Now let's throw in some fractions here. So the 9x is first. That is separate from all of this stuff. 9x is not being multiplied by anything. Now we have negative 6x times negative 1/2 x. So negative 6 times negative 1/2 is positive 3. So this will be plus 3 times x is x squared. Negative 6x times 3 is negative 18x. Now remember to always put the x squared term first, so we have 3x squared, and then combine 9x and negative 18x will be minus 9x. 9 minus 18 is negative 9. Okay, so if you understand that, then here is a new format for expression. This is multiplying two binomials. A binomial is just an expression with two terms. So x plus 2 and x plus 3 are both binomials. So here's how we're going to multiply this. We have to multiply the x here by x and by 3, and then multiply the 2 here by x and by 3. So each one of these two terms gets distributed to these terms. So we start with x times x is x squared. X times 3 is 3x. Now we go to the second term. 2 times x is 2x. And now we take the 2 and multiply by the 3, so we get 6. Now you see here in the middle we have 3x and 2x that can be combined. So this will be x squared plus 5x, 3x plus 2x, plus 6. And there's the final answer. Okay, let's do another like that. So, start with x times x is x squared. Then take the x and multiply by the 2 plus 2x. Now we go to the second term of this first binomial. 5 times x is plus 5x. And 5 times 2 is plus 10. Now we combine the middle two terms here and we get x squared plus 7x plus 10. Okay, now, you probably see a pattern here. We're always combining these middle two x terms. So let's see if we can do that in one step. We start with x times x is x squared. But then instead of doing plus 4x plus 1x, let's just add that in one step. So this will be plus 4x plus 1x is plus 5x. All we did is add the 1 and the 4, since that's what we would be doing anyway. And then we finish with, we did x times x times 4, 1 times x, and then 1 times 4 is 4. All right, now let's bring in some negatives. But this is going to work the same way as before. X times x is x squared. Then we'll have minus 2x minus 6x. So that will be minus 8x. We just add the negative 2 and negative 6. And then plus negative 6 times negative 2 is positive 12. X times x is x squared minus 3x plus 7x will be negative 3 plus 7 is plus 4x. 7 times negative 3 is minus 21. X times x is x squared plus 1x minus 9x will be minus 8x. Negative 9 times 1 is minus 9. And last one here. X times x is x squared minus 8x minus 7x will be minus 15x. And negative 7 times negative 8 is plus 56. All right, so that was just the introduction. Now let's bring in some expressions that are some binomials that have coefficients in front of the x. So we're going to have 2x plus 3 times x plus 6. So we just do the same process. 2x times x is 2x squared, because we just keep the 2 and multiply the x times x. 2x times 6 is 12x, but let's do this in one step. Plus 3 times x will be 12x plus 3x is plus 15x plus 3 times 6 is 18. All right, let's bring in our negatives. Three x times x is 3x squared. 3x times negative 5 is negative 15x, plus negative 8x is negative 23x. Negative 8 times negative 5 is plus 40. All right, so now we have coefficients in front of both x's. So it's going to be a little trickier. 5x times 6x is 30x squared. 5x times 4 is 20x plus negative 2 times 6x. That's negative 12x. So we have 20x plus negative 12x. That will be plus 8x. Negative 2 times 4 is negative 8. Let's bring in a fraction. One third x times 9x. 1/3 times 9 is 3x squared. Now we have 1/3 x times 3 is x. 1/3 times 3 is 1, so that's just x. And then negative 2 times 9 is, times 9x is negative 18x. So we have x minus 18x is minus 17x. Negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. Now let's put a negative in front of the whole thing. So what we want to do with that is just keep it there in the answer, at least for now. So we'll put the negative there and then put our whole simplification inside parentheses. So we have a negative in front of the whole thing. Now just do it as normal. 4x times 7x is 28x squared. Four x times 2 is 8x plus 1 times 7x. That's 8x plus 7x is 15x. 1 times 2 is plus 2. And now just distribute the negative to the whole thing. So this will be negative 28x squared minus 15x minus 2. Everything just changed to negative. All right, let's do that again. So put a negative in front of the whole thing. And now do 3x times x is 3x squared. 3x times 11 is 33x minus 5x will be plus 28x. Negative 5 times 11 is minus 55. And now we distribute the negative. Be careful here because we will have negative 3x squared minus 28x. But then here we have negative times negative 55, so it's going to be plus 55. Negative times negative is positive. All right, now let's put a number outside of the whole thing. So what we want to do there is the same thing. Keep it outside until the end. And then just do the same thing. 8x times 2x is 16x squared. 8x times negative 10 is negative 80x. Plus 8x will be negative 72x. 4 times negative 10 is negative 40. And then distribute the 3 to everything. 3 times 16x squared will be 48x squared. 3 times negative 72 is negative 216x. And 3 times negative 40 is negative 120. And the last one. We are going to have a negative number outside and a fraction in one of the binomials. So keep the negative outside. We'll get negative 4 stays outside. 1/2 x times 4x. 1/2 times 4 is 2x squared. 1/2 x times negative 2 is negative x. Minus 4x will be negative 5x. Negative 1 times negative 2 is plus 2. So when we distribute the negative 4 here, negative 4 times 2x squared is negative 8x squared. Negative 4 times negative 5x is plus 20x. Negative 4 times 2 is negative 8. And we're going to stop there. So what we focused on in this video was multiplying binomials, starting with simple ones and building up to more complex ones. Next time we're going to take a look at some shortcuts for this when you have certain patterns of binomials. And those are very important shortcuts because they will come up a lot.